Hello everybody, Dren608, back again with another turn for the Civil War by Victory Games, designed by Eric Lee Smith. We're going to turn 15. I've already commented several times on a mistake that I made by the South that could have ended this game in turn 17 instead of for almost for sure. So now I give the Union a chance to actually win this, and we'll just go ahead and jump right in it. Go ahead and pop this up because I think that's the first thing we do. You'll see I already do the reinforcements, and if there's any leaders or naval pieces, I put them in there. Oh, I screwed up the South. I think I go and do that in a minute because they had a couple of wounded people. So nothing surprising, you know. Primary in the West, so off we go. And then we do our thing. And here's the West getting there, or the Union getting their command points. And then the CSA gets their command points. And then we go to Commerce Raiders. I went ahead and spent a point on the Raiders, just hoping that one of them would roll an 11. The Alabama did not, roll to 5, so it gets a net 6. The Florida rolled an 11. Yay! So it's a 12, though Florida is sunk. They don't get any points for that one. So 6 ships get sunk, and I got rid of one of their things. Of course, over the course of the turn, he's definitely going to get to like at least 125 on average, because he's got like 4 more turns, 16, 17, 18, 19. He's got 4 more rolls, so even if he just rolled average, he would, pick up 28 points. So, yeah, he's most likely going to get at least another victory point out of those ships sunk. I did a quick recount. They're at 72. Union has 28 victory points, cities or sites, besides my conversion things. And then 27 open ports, 30%. Yeah, the blockade went up this time, so he only gets 19. So he's at 91. Still, it would say his fortresses would be up, but it doesn't matter because all 5 have been built, so that part won't matter. And here's our first split. Oh, yeah, and then you'll see there's 2 little CSA leader pool moves there. It's like I went over there and went, oh, crap, I forgot to put these guys in the pool. So then I rolled and I got a leader, and I put him 1830, which I think I threw him in Johnston's hex. And it turned out to be Gordon. Ended up at 5,007, I think. But that's where Lee is. So check here. Take a quick peek. Yeah, that's what I think I did there. Oops. Where'd you? There we go. Yeah, the promotion for Gordon, he was in the Army of Northern Virginia. So I had to put him over there. And discretionary. It's the one thing I really don't like about this whole die differential thing. It would have been nice to have 2 counters that are just like these, how these things go up and down on their numbers. If we had 2 counters, one with the stars and bars and one with the Union flag, that could do counts, and then you could just, whatever the die differential, when you set that, you could set them to the die differential and then just count them down so that you know how many points. In the real game, the actual board game, there's a track where you do that with. So you can set both an American flag and a CSA flag, Union flag and a CSA flag, set them on the die differential, and then whoever's going first is on top, and they just go, there's my freebie, and they spend their 2 or 3 points. When they hit 0, they're done, and then the other guy spends his points, and then you reset them when you do the next die differential. I kind of like that physical mechanic. I wish we kind of had it in here. I don't see how it could be done in here, though. The way they have this thing set up, because they don't have tracks moving around. They just have boxes with numbers. So, and I think, yes, I brought in the other. Now this is probably again a mistake on my part. I brought in this the Union or the CSA's ironclad over here by Savannah, and I probably should have put it more down on like in Columbus, so that I could have cut him off from marching across that way. I don't know. It's 6 of one, half dozen the other, I guess. Just trying to figure out how far the Union's going to get. And the Union spent 2 to basically move Sherman. You're only seeing him in the corner there. I'll scroll over here a bit. So Sherman moved from where he was at. He goes running over into Port Hudson. So and I left myself a strength point in there because he has a guy in Alexandria that he might think about marching across. And then ended my turn in Baton Rouge. That way I can pick up a strength point to get myself up to 12 and leave 3 there with the transports. And I think, what did I do here? Oh, this was me thinking that those were no good, and then later on you'll see me put them back when I realized, no, those things actually did belong in Baton Rouge because that was my invasion a long time ago. Several turns ago I invaded Baton Rouge, and they've been sitting there ever since. So sooner or later I will put them back. I know I did. Let's see, we're at a die differential of 3 this time. Johnston got another leader. And this is where, since this is my last strength point in the west, if I'd had Johnston sitting outside here, that could have gone into the army, would have made it 4. I could have picked up, I do send a couple more points over here over time, like to Montgomery and Atlanta and stuff. And if those things had all been thrown in the army, it would have been a much, much different game. Yeah, I started to take off doing strength points instead of commands to do things. And Stuart. What did I have Stuart do? Oh, here I am covering the map again. I think I moved him. Yeah, I'm worried about Lyon somehow getting an end run and not being the force that I'm going to block. The Union, what was our difference? It was 3. I think I went over to the Trans-Mississippi here with Hooker. Yeah. Took Camden. And that's, unless he comes up with some way to come running across the border, I should be able to convert Arkansas this turn, which will give me some points towards that 50 total that I have to get difference-wise. And this time we're 3 again, and then what did I do? USA East. What did I do? Oh, what did I do here? Oh, I think I put in strength points. Yeah, rather than having Lyon try to attack, I figured I'm worst case scenarioing here, figuring there's not going to be a lot of command points left. So had Schofield march on Selma. And I was in supply because it's 2 spaces to the guy that has this rail line, and then I could rail back into a depot on the river and on up to Neverland. A lot of my supply goes up the Mississippi River. Picked up another 2. So I send a strength point in early to the west via rail while I still can. And not sure, but I think I'm building somebody up somewhere. I had to burn a command point where I moved. Might have moved that guy into Atlanta. I'm not sure exactly what I did there. Something out of Ewell. Yeah, took one out of Ewell. He had 3. I sent it over here. Did I take any of this one? No. Not sure. Maybe I took one out of Richmond. I'm not sure where I took another one. I'm pretty sure I took another one around here somewhere. Anyway, we go back to splits. And instead of a split, CSA really wanted this just to lame duck out. Instead, we got some more commands. So everybody takes their commands, or numbers go up nice and high. And then we get a 8 to a 4. Looks like a 4 initiative. Yeah, I used up my last rail, last pulse. Take a strength point. Okay. Then I had Stuart. Stuart left and went somewhere, and then I put a ground leader in Knoxville to make them infantry. Then I think I went and, if I remember right, yeah, I went and got the depot in Shreveport because I didn't want him to go marching into Shreveport and have a depot. And he can't quite march to Monroe because that would be 4 movement points because swamps actually cost 2. So there it is. Those 4 river trams I deleted were the remains of the invasion of Baton Rouge, so I put them back. CSA deleted the Shreveport. Still different. 2 difference to spend somehow. Then I moved the Tennessee up to there, and I have no idea why I did that. But it did. And I also moved the, this one. This is my way again. I think I moved the Albemarle or whatever it is. Had to find the right hex where it would cover all the navigable river hex sides of the Savannah River. And let's see. Move 2. Moved a naval transport. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ironclads down to 1. I'm in the hex side outside of New Orleans. And then I moved Sherman down into that hex because I can be supplied along the Mississippi River right now. And looks like we got a die differential of 3. Okay, what am I spending in the east? Oh, I had McClellan come out and move this way so he wouldn't be coming through a gap. Hinman failed to react. So it was 2-1. That was where I took one of the strength points from. I think he used to be a 4, now he's a 3. And we shifted one from the 2-1 column. Union got a net D1, net 5 for D1, and the CSA rolled a 2, which was a no effect. So he took 1 loss, retreated. And that was the big thing, is it's a threat to march down and like just cut the rail line to Richmond, which would cut the Army of Northern Virginia out of supply. And everybody's okay. Burnside, I think I moved him out of the army. Or no, Burnside I think was promoted somewhere along the way, and I forgot to take him off. At least that's what the note says to me. So the Confederates, since that was Union got to go first, the Confederates said, okay, I'll spend my 3 in the east. I don't have a lot to do over there, and I'll just get him out of desperation morale so that I can possibly run away. So, and I'm trying to save my strength points as best I can. And we tied out at a 7. So all those commands in the west that the Union was ready to go get New Orleans and just start pounding on me, poof, tied on a 7. That's what it takes on 2 table use to end the turn. And kablooey! The Union ends up losing 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 commands, which hurts them far more than the 11 that the Confederates lost. So, and I think I'm resetting everything here. Arkansas is converted now, so it's now neutral, and I get 6 more victory points. So I'm up to 81. Next turn will be game turn 16. Reset the... I think here I'm putting in transports and such. Looks like I actually recorded me resetting the stuff for the beginning of next turn. So, 2 more turns to try and keep him under 50 point differential. This is where, if I had the Southern Army of the Mississippi, if I still had 4 points in there and 4 points in the Army of the Mississippi running around out here in the woods, I'm not so sure Sherman can afford to go and attack New Orleans whole hog like he's going to be able to now with all 12 guys, because these 4 points here could go out and recapture Meridian, kill this lone strength point out here, possibly go back and capture Vicksburg and put up a fort, which cuts my supply, all sorts of things that I could have done, but I didn't because I trapped my army in the fortress at New Orleans. So let that be a lesson to you. Don't trap your armies. It's one thing to be in a fort like Vicksburg where you still had a retreat. It's another thing to be in New Orleans where you really don't have anywhere you can go anymore. You're back against the wall. Anyway, that was turn 15. I'm Gen608. If you like my videos, please subscribe. Leave me comments. Let me know what you think of this entire sort of playthrough strategy of the southern delay. And until next time, stay safe and bye-bye.